Have you noticed a change in your loved one's condition? Are day-to-day tasks becoming increasingly difficult to perform? If so, this might be a good time to start researching assisted living options. My name is Ryan Patrick, and I am the Senior Sales Director for Silvercare Management, a Texas-based owner-operator of assisted living, memory care, and independent living communities. There are plenty of options to choose from when you are looking for an assisted living community. The task of trying to find the best one can oftentimes feel daunting. If you're like most people, this is probably the first time you'll be researching and touring assisted living communities. First and foremost, you want to determine what type of assisted living community would be the best fit. Assisted living communities are either a Type A or a Type B community. Type A communities are reserved for individuals who are capable of self-evacuating during an emergency. One thing to keep in mind if you select a Type A community is that at some point in the future, you might be faced with having to move your loved one if they ever reach the point they are unable to self-evacuate. A Type B assisted living community is able to provide care for individuals who can either self-evacuate or require assistance during an emergency evacuation. Type B communities are also what they call age-in-place communities. This means that they are able to provide the care your loved one needs from admission until the end of life. Now that you have decided which type of community is the best fit, it's time to begin your search for the perfect community. To get started, I recommend making a list of 3 to 5 communities that are in the area that you are looking for. You will want to contact each community and set up a tour. Google reviews provide a glimpse into how others feel about the community. There are also other websites where you can find reviews from individuals who have experienced the community. These reviews are easily found with a quick Google search. Now that you have contacted each community and set up your tour, it's time to prepare a list of questions that you'll want to ask while on your tour with the community sales representative. I have created a list of the top 10 questions that I feel will give you the best insight into each community that you tour. Number 1, what kind of training do your caregivers undergo? Every community is different, but to hear how they train their staff will give you an idea as to how equipped they are to handle the care of your loved one. Number 2, how many residents do you currently have living in the community? This will provide some insight into how well liked the community is and the size is a good fit for your loved one. Do you have staff on site 24/7? You want to make sure that someone is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in the event your loved one needs assistance. Be sure to clarify that they are on-site employees and not on call. Number 4, what kind of meals do you offer? This question is important. You want to make sure that your loved one is going to be receiving 3 nutritious and well-balanced meals each day. Be sure to ask for a copy of the most recent menu. Number 5, what type of activities are available? Social enrichment is a very important aspect of assisted living. Most communities will offer some sort of activity calendar. Be sure to ask for a copy of their most recent activity calendar. Number 6, what is your caregiver to resident ratio? This information will shed some light on how much one-on-one time they will be able to provide your loved one. It is important that there is a good balance to this ratio. Number 7, what role do the families play? It is important that you find a community that encourages family involvement. You also want to make sure that the families have direct contact with department heads in the event you need to ask questions regarding your loved one. Number 8, what kind of access do families or friends have to their loved ones? You want to be sure that there is a visitation policy in place and that it aligns with your availability to come and visit. This is also a great time to ask about their policy on taking your loved one out for the day or for a quick lunch. Number 9, what third-party services are available? Each community will more than likely have some sort of partnership or relationship with a third-party company who can provide support for extra care needs. This ranges from visiting physicians, podiatrists, dentistry, physical therapy, occupational therapy, etc. And number 10, does the community provide transportation to and from appointments? Most communities will provide transportation to and from doctor's appointments. One thing that you'll want to check on is if there is actually a radius that the doctor's office must fall in order for the community to provide that transportation. Now that you have toured your selected communities, narrow it down to your top 3. Revisit these communities in person and make sure you are confident in your final selection. A couple of tips for your return tour is ask if you can come back for a second tour when you can taste the food or see firsthand one of the activities. Any community should be more than happy to accommodate these types of requests. I hope this podcast is a great tool to help you formulate your questions and helps you find the perfect community for your loved one.